Be acting up now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Rick Rewind That Radio. Rewind That Radio. You were listening to 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 Rewind That Radio.
Oh, what up? It's the Monday Night Mix-Up Tuesday edition.
Tuesday edition.
That's the second day of the week. We like to switch it up, see who's out there. Gonna get in a little early tonight, so everyone can go and do whatever they want later.
Yeah,
So,
we got the Monday night mix up. We got the Tuesday turnout. That's what we're gonna call it today.
we got all the alliterations. We got one for every day. It's all man.
Dang, so
Yeah, man. Let's jump into it. Yo, we took a week off. We were moving. I was moving a little bit. You had some stuff going on. So, what have you been up to, dude? I haven't talked to you.
nothing, man. Just get my health back together again and stuff. Just had to go do these doctor's appointments and just make sure get myself back together and in tip top shape so I can start going out here playing more basketball again. I'm gonna be back on that court pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, got to get my health back. I was 401 pounds. I lost 55 pounds. So I'm good about myself.
Damn, that's good, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot of dead weight.
Yeah, fat boy stuff. So
So what are you doing to do that? Are you just eating better? And I know you said you're going to the gym and stuff.
Eating better, man. Just doing I'll just jump rope and do like sit-ups and push-ups, man. That's it. Sit-ups and push-ups. Prison workout.
The prison workout.
Yeah.
dips on the park bench kind of thing.
Yeah, you. I wish I could do some dip. I probably could do one dip, bro. But I can do sit-ups though. I know that I can do sit-ups.
There you go. I mean, it's something. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, what else is going on?
Well, really nothing else but trying to make these moves with this business, man.
Tell me about it.
And also trying to have a full-time job, also have a business on the side, trying to work all this stuff out together, man. It's kind of hard, and I don't want to give up because some days I'll be like a little bit discouraged. I'm like, man, how the I'm gonna do this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got so much stuff going on, and then I just I'll probably hold my head down for about 3-4 hours and be like, man, what am I doing wrong? Then I just get my ass back in gear and just keep rolling on with the punches, man. That's it.
Well, that's all you can do, man. You just got to keep, like we were talking about the other day, move the dirt. And I know I'm stealing it from somebody, but whatever. As long as you take a little bit and put it over in that pile, eventually you'll have the whole pile over there. So you just got to keep doing it and grind it out. I'm doing kind of the same thing. I got some opportunities that I'm working on. I got the LLC straightened out, and I've been kind of foggy for a couple of years trying to figure out what I want to do. And I think I've figured it out. So I've been making the moves, and, I'm getting a bigger place, getting a nicer studio to make this a little more professional. And then I'm really diving into real estate. I'm working on my broker's license, maybe open my own place, so
that's all right, man.
Try to do that. Be a boss.
Yeah, my business, man. Basically, I want to branch over into 2 other businesses right now. So I've been thinking about female stuff like candles and facial scrubs and shit like that. So I'm thinking about going to that side too. Also doing my photography and videography, so I can also make commercials for my product. So I don't have to pay nobody to make commercials, and I can do it myself.
Oh wow! What other products do you have now? You said
this products that I have in mind right now that I want to do. It's basically facial scrubs for women, like facial scrubs for skincare and stuff like that, and aromatherapy candles.
Oh really?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I've been studying. I've been studying up on it on YouTube University for probably about 2 months now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any background in that kind of stuff, or are you just gonna take a swing?
Nope. I just do it, bro. Remember I told you about how I remember me and you talked last time. You didn't know I did all this stuff.
We
Like
do
make
like
chocolate
bake,
covered strawberries. Yeah, bake.
yeah.
Man, shoot, cook food. I build decks, patios, add on some people houses. Yeah, man, just
Oh, you're like an everyman. You're like the
I'm a
jack of all trades.
Renaissance man, trying to get it. I get it how I live it, man. And anything you put in front of me, I think I can make money off of it. That's the thing about it. I think about how to make money off of it first, and then I make it first, then I try to perfect it, then I find out ways how to make money off of that. So,
And that's awesome, man. Like a lot of people don't have that ambition or drive or intelligence to do that. So it's interesting that you see the angle and you're like, hey, I know I can do this at a high level, and then I could also, make it worth my while. Do it at a level enough that people will pay for it.
yeah.
And that's kind of, case in point, that's what we're doing with this podcast. We're putting out the content and we're getting there, but we got it looking professional, and it'll go from there, and then we can maybe try to monetize it at some point.
Sure enough.
In the future, y'all.
Yes.
So tell me, dude, what games have you played this week? Have you even had time to jump into any video games or movies or anything?
I played Division for a couple of, I swear, I played like one stage and I was already halfway asleep, and I cut it off after that, man.
That's funny. Yeah, I tried to jump on last night, but nobody in the group was on, and so I joined up with some randos to do some of the. For anyone that's listening that doesn't know, in the Division there's like a raid style 100 floors, and you go and you fight each floor and you get rewarded for it. And I just got on one of the really difficult ones, and I played for maybe half an hour, and I was like, these guys are terrible. We couldn't beat one floor, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna sit here all night, and I just turned it off. And then I turned on Lovecraft Country.
Talk to me, because I haven't seen it yet. Talk to me.
Well, listen, I definitely have an HBO account.
Okay.
I didn't download it, but I started the first episode. I was honestly, it's really awesome. I mean, the content and the what am I trying? The story, like it's based in the 50s, right after I think Vietnam. I think that's the war he was in. It's like 54. So yeah, and maybe it was Korea. Maybe he came from the Korean War. I don't know. It's not very clear. But he's an ex-soldier, just out of the military, and like the first episode, you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on, because it's like you're like, is it based here or is it based in like an alternate reality? Because like the racism of the 50s is there. Like it's, they have like, they call them like after dark towns, where if you're black, you can't go there once the sun goes down. I think that's what they call them. Sundown city. I don't know.
Sundown.
They have that, and like the racism, and like having the separate entrances and everything, water fountains, businesses, is like really, really like in your face. Like they're letting you know that this is the world. But also his uncle is making like a map of where African Americans can travel safely. So that's kind of like how the story gets going, how they start on their little journey. Like they're going and looking for new towns, and he like gets a lead on this diner. He's like, oh, we could probably go to this diner. It's black owned. So it's really immersive in the 50s. Like they have it's like the right music in the show, but now the soundtrack uses like current music. It uses voiceovers from like Richard Pryor, voiceovers from like current people. It's really, really well done and interesting. I only got to like the second episode, and I won't get into it too much, but it's like, I've never seen anything like it. It's kind of like a mix between 50s America and like fantasy. Like there's witches and warlocks and stuff, but it's not like in your face. They like exist, but they're not known about or whatever. But except for the main character's storyline is that he's kind of like the illegitimate ancestor of like a powerful white wizard or whatever, like white skinned wizard. So it's a really cool story, and I guess it pulls a bunch of like Lovecraft's books together. I never read any of them, so I'm not really the authority on it. But I'm definitely excited to keep watching it. It's I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on the first episode. Like, what world is this in? And then by the second episode, there's like fireballs and monsters. And I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. But it's cool, man. And the guy Jonathan Major, who's the main character, he was in The Five Bloods. Did you watch that one on Netflix?
What's Five Bloods?
The Five Bloods.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, really? It's with him and Chad. It's one of Chadwick Boseman's last movies, and he plays like the son. And basically, Chadwick Boseman is one of the Five Bloods, and he dies, and the other four survive. So when they're in their 60s, they go back to find his body in Vietnam, and Jonathan Majors plays one of their sons, so he goes with them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a Spike Lee movie.
See, I got to see it. Man. I probably passed by it. I got to see that.
You know, it's one of those movies that popped up and it was in the top 10 for like a week, and then it faded out because they've been dropping so much stuff because everyone's quarantined, you know.
Gotcha.
But it was good. Like, I really enjoyed it. But he's also the guy who's going to play Kang the Conqueror.
Yep.
In CU. So I want you to tell me what you think about that, because I know you're a big comic guy,
bro. So I'm gonna go off.
Tell me about Kang the Conqueror. I only know him from like that Young Avengers movie, I think, the cartoon. Other than that,
so what I know so far from Kang the Conqueror is basically he is a Time Lord who travels back and forth in time, conquers certain things, certain spots and places, and he takes pieces of that time to his world.
Ooh, okay.
But then I come to find out when Captain was on here, and I had to go back into. I'm a big nerd guy, so let y'all know that I do have a Marvel encyclopedia. So I had to go back into my Marvel encyclopedia and come to find out Cap told the truth about this thing, man. He is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Oh, okay. That's right. I remember.
Oh, yeah. So when I looked in, I said, oh, that's crazy. That's super crazy. So he is a descendant of Reed Richards. And he is one of the Fantastic Four's biggest enemies.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, isn't he? Yeah, he's from like 500 years in the future, or is it more? It's like
more than that, bro. But like I said, he is a descendant of Reed Richards, so he's somehow part of Reed Richards' family tree. Also, it's been a while though, but when you and I were talking about it, and when you told me, you was like, T, they put on the net about when Hank Pym went to go save his wife in the quantum realm. And when you showed me that stuff about when there was a city in the back.
Yeah, there's a little city in the background, yeah.
And then I had to think about it. Also, how did she have all those clothes? And it was like Roman garments.
That's right. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah. And it's just that she had Roman garments on. So you know that Kang, he goes to different times periods and brings stuff back to his area. So that's probably Kang's city right there. And she probably escaped that city. Because as you know, she came back with some daggone she has some type of powers in the movie.
Yeah, it seemed like it, right? Like she can hear through the quantum realm and stuff.
Yes. So that's kind of crazy, because that probably him being a descendant of Reed Richards, they've probably somehow met up or whatever in like different realms, because she throughout the time she was going through different realms at the time.
Right.
So she probably figured out something, or somebody must give her, like, I believe that Reed Richards probably gave her some type of power or something, gave her something so she can open her mind up or something. Because Reed Richards is smart, but he's not smart than Doom. That's all I gotta tell y'all. He's not smart than Doom, bro.
I saw someone's theory on there that said instead of Janet Van Dyne, it's Janet Von Doom, and that Reed Richards that he might have sent Doom to the quantum realm as like a prison in the 60s, because they're talking about how the Fantastic Four movie might be from the like base in the 60s.
Okay.
That was the original pitch back before they rebooted it with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
But they're saying if they go back to that,
trash, by the way, trash movie.
But they're saying like maybe if the Fantastic Four was based in the 60s, that they sent Doom into the quantum realm as like kind of like in Superman 2 when they sent Zod to the Phantom Zone or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're saying, someone said, yo, maybe when she got stuck down there, Doom saved her. And so now it's, instead of Janet Van Dyne, her last name is Von Doom. So maybe Doom is trapped there. But then they cast Kang the Conqueror. Now everyone's changed their attitude. They're like, oh, wait, no. It's obviously his city.
But it would have been good, because if they would have had Doom there, because they could have intertwined how Doom, Doom is a master of the dark arts.
Yeah.
So that could have intertwined with that, with her being using those powers as dark art powers.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait, dude. There's so much stuff coming up too, because now you got X-Men coming up. They're gonna start peppering. I know they're gonna start peppering them in like they did the Avengers. Like, you know how like in Thor, like Hawkeye was up in the tower and that was his introduction. I know they're gonna start doing stuff like that. It's gonna be crazy. And then with Kang the Conqueror, if you look at it all together, like you got Doctor Strange 2 with the Multiverse of Madness and all the stuff that just happened with Thanos. Like his sirens are going off. Like people are messing with time, and he's got to come out and fix it. So they're probably gonna play him as like kind of like a Thanos, where you sympathize with him, like you understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
But he could be like going down that path. But also with the multiverse stuff, it's going to get wild, because they're going to open it up like it is like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah, speaking of that.
Speaking of that, guess who's back?
Yeah, so Jamie Foxx is coming back. He's reprising his role as Shocker. So
Electro.
I think so. Shocker. Electro. Also, so all three of the Spider-Mans are probably going to be in the movie, and plus this will open up for Venom and Carnage to be into the movie too.
Oh, wouldn't that be crazy if Venom 2 at the end of it set up like the city opened up or something, and they got sucked into the 616, and everyone and so it's like all three Spider-Man versus Venom and Carnage.
And I know it's going to have to be somehow. They got to put Miles Morales in there. They're going to have to put him in there somewhere.
I think it'd be cool if they took like the animated version of him and had him like if they send him through like the time warp or whatever to go to that universe, that he changes from a cartoon into a real person. I know that's like an old 80s cliche, but I think it'd be awesome. Like, so he just pops out as like an actual kid. He's like, oh shit, I don't know. I think it's crazy.
That Spider-Verse is gonna be something serious, because you got Tobey Maguire, you got Garfield, and then you got Holland. So we're gonna see how all that's gonna come out in that movie, because I think it's gonna, and I know that movie gonna be a lot of money too, bro. That's a lot of money in that movie, man.
What happens if Willem Dafoe comes back and plays Norman Osborn in the MCU?
He will.
You think so?
I know he will. He will.
Yeah, because he'll be alive still. Because there's another version of him somewhere. If they brought him back, I mean, not that James Franco was great, but he's a lot better now than he was in 20 years ago. So if they brought him back as Harry, and he was like the comic book Green Goblin with the purple, like the best one, the purple and green, and just wild. Oh, they have to do something where everything's just crazy, like everyone's in weird costumes, and just open it up to like, oh, this is why everyone's dressed funny, and like everyone's lost their goddamn mind.
I think that it's going to be crazy, because the Wanda and Vision is going to have a big it's gonna be big for everything after that is going to happen. Like that's going to be the big part of that's going to be the piece that mess up the whole universe. Because when comic book wise, you remember when Wanda was like, "No more mutants," and everybody just disappeared. Everybody was gone.
Yeah.
So,
and who protected? Was it Professor X or someone protected the X-Men?
yes.
So that they didn't disappear.
So that is going to be crazy because that's going to be a big key. Wanda and Vision is going to be a big key in the whole thing because I believe that something's going to happen that she was trying to bring him back. I think they'll probably have the Wanda and Vision probably like two seasons, but then it'll be messed up how she tried to bring him back and change a lot of stuff. So then Thanos will come back. A lot of people who died will come back.
Do you think they'd bring Thanos back? I know I heard the rumors about him coming back in like that the Eternals movie because the Eternals are based on like the what the hell are they called?
Titans.
The Titans, and he's a Titan, but he was like he had a deformity, which is what caused him to kind of break off, because he was purple. They didn't like it. Or something like that. I mean, I'm not. Listen, if we did the show 10 years ago, I'd be like, well, actually, Thanos did, and I'd have the glasses still, and I'd be ding, 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 ding. But it's all kind of gone away at this point. But yeah, he was one of the Eternals, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think maybe they'll bring him back, but I don't know if they'll bring him back in the capacity that he was. I think they have so many other big villains that they can really get into. That it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I'd like to see him bring Ultron back. Like I like, and like now that they have these TV shows where they're doing 8 to 10 episodes, it's like you can bring back. Well, they're doing like Loki, for example. He's gonna have his own eight episodes to really dig into him. So they might, maybe they can bring back Ultron and have like a little actual Age of Ultron instead of an Hour of Ultron.
So I like stuff like okay, so seeing that having Ultron return, it's gonna have to be like something like when he probably build a new Ultron when Hank Pym builds that the facility to keep when he kept the daggone mutants and superhumans in. It was like a little small case that he kept.
Yeah.
And remember, Ultron had took over that too. He made another Ultron to control that.
What was that called? That's something. I can't remember what it's called. I mean, they have the raft. They have the prison under the ocean.
Yeah.
But yeah. What was that called? Yeah, that was from the X-Men Avengers. X-Men versus Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, bro, you just had me think about something. How about Raft when they caught Hawkeye and all of them in the movie and he was out in Raft?
Mm-hmm.
How about they might change that and that'll probably be the Hank Pym thing. They could do that. They could do that. Say it was the Hank Pym facility to keep all the people. That'll be crazy. Because when you just said that about the Raft, I was like, yeah, they were in it. They did capture them.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stories that they can get into now. Now they have like Namor, who's now they have Namor, Beast, Black Panther. They can do the Illuminati. They Reed Richards. They can do everything. So it's gonna be like pretty crazy. Now they're not doing the second tier characters.
Yeah. So I also think that since Chad's gone, so are they going to have? Because I don't know if you know the comic book, but at one point in time, Black Panther and Namor fought.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing how they're going to bring that into the MCU. If they can bring that into the MCU, that'd be pretty cool. But the sister, Shuri, probably have to be the one who fight Namor.
Dude, I have no idea. I have no idea what they're gonna do because if he really kept if he kept the disease so close to his chest that no one knew about it, it means they didn't have time to film anything, and they're gonna have to wing it. I mean, I'm sure they can do a digital version of him.
Yeah,
Like they did it with everybody else, you know. But I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm sure they'll do it right. You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll pay respect to him. But with the multiverse, man, it can open up to anything. You know, they can make M'Baku the Black Panther. They can have Michael B. Jordan come back from another dimension as the Black Panther, like that's his birthright or something. You know, I don't know. They could have Kang the Conqueror do something with the time streams and have Black Panther disappear like they did with Thanos, you know, with the Infinity Gauntlet. They could really do whatever they want. It's just such a tragedy. It's like how you gonna pay him homage while also moving on, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they got it all planned out. The only thing that really sucks, man, is because of this COVID nonsense. Everything's been pushed back. You know, like if this didn't go down, we would already had a WandaVision. We would have already had Black Widow, like Winter Soldier and Falcon would be out like any time now. I think November 1st. Loki would be out in January, but everything's like pushed. So we're gonna have to wait another year at least for all this stuff. I think they just started filming again.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Because I really want to see that. I really want to see how they're gonna do the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, I can't wait for that because Baron Zemo's out of prison now, and he's gonna wear the mask, and he's gonna mess with him more. Like, oh, it's gonna be so good.
The guy had the purple Scully on his face.
Yep. They showed a picture of it. They released a photo of it.
That's crazy.
Can't wait. It's gonna be so crazy. All right, what else is going on? I know you want to talk about the Lakers.
Yeah. Everybody all happy about the Lakers winning the championship. Congratulations, Lakers, for winning the championship. Wrong button.
Are you laughing?
Yes, I was laughing at first, then I give them their claps.
But crickets.
But they did. It was a pretty good game, man. I think they 17 times now.
Ugh.
They 17-time champions. But
that's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, but I want to say one thing that about Dwight Howard.
Okay.
That man been through a lot, and a lot of people, you know, didn't believe in him anymore, and he kept pushing, and he finally got his championship ring. I'm proud of him, but it's just like how you go from being the number one top pick, going to a team and you become the defensive player for like 5 years in a row, and then you get to the Lakers, and then you're basically his work ethic wasn't as up to par like what Kobe was, so that's why they didn't win that year. And then they traded him to other teams, and he's been back and forth to different teams, and he came back. He ended up back at the Lakers, and his work ethic must have changed, and got him a ring. It's just it's just seeing him from playing around, just being a kid all the time, and then just determined enough to swallow his pride and get back on that court and show his work ethic, and then complete by getting him a championship ring.
Hey, well, at least he got one. He's not going to go down in history like Dan Marino, you know. Be like the best, like one of the best in his positions, and
best in a position with no ring,
with nothing to prove it, you know.
Same as Barkley, same as Charles Barkley. They give Charles Barkley shit on ESPN all the time. Mm-hmm. Everybody on the panel has a ring except Charles Barkley.
But he's probably the most popular one on the panel. Like everyone knows he is.
But Charles Barkley always had a great work ethic, but he just could never get to the dance and
He didn't
win.
he didn't have the right team, maybe.
Yeah, but he just couldn't win. It was probably the cards weren't in his favor. So,
Oh,
yeah,
it'd be like that sometimes.
and I can't control the rhyme. What else going on? Oh yeah, bro. So, do you know? I don't know if you heard, and HBO supposed to have. I'm going to DC. I'm jumping to DC now. They're supposed to be having in the works a Green Lantern Corps TV HBO series. You heard about that?
No, tell me more.
So they're trying to cast Denzel Washington's son as one of the Green Lanterns.
John
But
Stewart?
he's not going to. It's like it's a backstory of before Hal and all them became. So it's going to be a backstory of how they became and stuff. I had saw a little stuff on it last week. That and also some of the Supergirl series, they were showing Green Lantern little spots and stuff, because at one point on Supergirl, somebody dug up the lantern, but it was broken. Then on the Arrow series,
Yeah, like the series finale, maybe, right?
yeah, Dingle ended up finding that, but ended up having that ring.
Well, I think in that series they said that his actual last name was Stewart, but it was like the last episode of the show.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember watching it. So he was John Diggle and forever, and then like someone said, "No, your father's actual last name was Stewart," and he's like, "Oh," and then everyone's like, "Oh," I didn't think he got the ring at the end of it. And then what did Oliver Queen became, like, what's his name, Ghost or something, like I forget the character. There's a character in DC that's like a spirit that travels between the worlds, and I think that's who he became.
Oh my God,
He was in that Kingdom Come book. Let me see if I can find it.
bro. And it's crazy. That
Spectre.
my tongue. Spectre, yeah. Did you? That was one of that's crazy. That was one of Stanley. That was Stanley had a comic book character like that too, called Spectre.
Did he?
Yeah,
they copied each other. That's what they did. So I mean, Deathstroke, or like Deadpool is a copy of Deathstroke.
Yep.
I mean, you name it, they all have the same characters. You know, Thor is a copy of Superman.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Batman and Tony Stark's.
Yep. Yeah, they like they just pulled off each other and switched it up a little bit.
But that's cool. But I know I'm going off subject, but you seen the one when they had the crossover? You ever seen the comic book when they had the crossover?
Which one?
It was when Batman and Wolverine was mixed together.
Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah, that was a dope one. I wish I could have had those comic books though by then.
Yeah, those are cool, man. Like, have you seen, speaking of the crossover stuff, have you seen like the Ninja Turtles versus Batman cartoon?
Bro, I'd seen pieces of it and I was mad because I kept falling asleep. I was tired, but it was good. I liked the first part when they first met Batman. They was fighting him.
Yeah, and he just messes them all up. And then I like the part where he fights Shredder and they come to a draw and Batman's like, "What?" Because no one beats Batman, you know. And Shredder's like, "Next time I won't go easy on you." And it was like such a gangster thing to say. You know, I like that. I thought that was cool, man.
I gotta watch that too. It's another, and speaking of that, they also got a new Superman cartoon that came out. I didn't get to see it yet.
I know they just released Death in the Family, I think.
Oh yeah, they did.
Batman cartoon. I didn't see the new Superman one. I think it came out a couple months ago.
All right, so that Death in the Family, that anime is a responsive anime.
Oh, really?
So you choose what happens throughout the story.
Really?
you can choose. It all goes different ways. So if you choose that um that Todd doesn't get blown up, right, and Batman saves him, then something else goes wrong, and the way he dies. But it's crazy. It's like it's a responsive DVD, or what I'm saying, or stream. It's pretty cool, man. It's like you choose like certain things, like say for instance, is he going to the store or is he going to the bank? And you can choose the bank, and then something that happened, then it'll go through the story, and then whatever you chose if you chose the bank or whatever, something happens at that bank that that shouldn't have happened, that you should have went to the store instead of going to the bank. So it's either consequences. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool concept how they did that.
Yeah, they released something on Netflix. What show was it? I think it was like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt or something. And like after it ended, they put one of those movies out where you can pick like, does she go here or there? And like then it would, and you click it on your Xbox remote or your whatever TV remote. I was like, that's kind of cool. I remember those books when we were kids, man. Like, reading like the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, and then they had those pick a stories, and it'd be like, if you want to be abducted by the aliens, go to page 34, and if you want to fight them, go to page 56. And you're like, which one is it? And then sometimes you would die, so you have to like go back, and like it was like a video game almost.
Yeah. So it's like there was like almost like Dungeons and Dragons, man.
Yeah. Roll the dice.
What else going on?
It's raining.
On your side?
Man. Oh, it's pouring out. Yeah. I don't think you could hear it because it's my.
No, I hear it when you're talking. I hear the rain hitting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Turn this down.
No, it's like your microphone picks up every time when you're talking. It picks up the sound also. So when you stop talking, it doesn't pick up the sound. So
okay.
talk, you can hear the rain in the background.
Learning something new.
Yeah, you good though.
So yeah, I'm gonna be lots of big changes, man. I'm gonna be moving. I'm gonna have a new studio next week. It's gonna I'm excited about it because the place I'm in now, I've been managing for I don't know 2 years, I guess. I do real estate, I do management, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I got this like little corner that I put all this stuff in. I got my going back there.
Yeah.
But the place I'm moving it, like the guy basically that I work for wants to Airbnb my unit, so I'm gonna move down the street, and I got a big old 2-bedroom, and I'm gonna have a whole room dedicated to the studio. It's gonna be cool because I'm gonna have a corner for like the green screen. I'm gonna have a corner for this set or whatever I build, and then I'm gonna have another area for a table so I can do like interview stuff. So we're gonna open it up a lot, and then it's soundproofing and everything. So we're really gonna expand what we're doing, and I'm excited about it. Once they figure out how the fuck to fix the ceiling, they're taking their time.
Yeah, and I'll be starting like a little a podcast, a little hip hop podcast. I'm gonna be traveling up and down the East Coast, just talking to a couple of hip hop artists, people that I've known, that I grew up with, and they're just local hip hop artists and stuff. I'm gonna start here from Virginia. I'm gonna start in Richmond first, then I'm going to make my way down to North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. So I will be meeting up with you.
Well, let me know where in Florida you're going. We'll do like a live show.
Cool, because I want to have this. I want to start doing that by February of next year. Also, I'm going to be interviewing the lady I told you about. She's going to be my first guest. The lady I told you about this, who is she's right now she's the current president of the NAACP.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to have an interview with her. She's running again for the NAACP president. So we'll know by the 4th or the 5th of November if she won or not.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Did she ask you to run or something?
Yeah, she wanted me to come down here to Virginia and run. I said, no, that's too much for me. I got too much stuff I got to do because that's a lot of work, bro. What I see her doing, it's a lot of work.
That's a 2 full-time jobs.
Bro, that's a 3. That's one job for three. That's three full-time jobs,
15 hours a day at least, you know.
bro. What I saw her do, because she every year, the first weekend of February of every year she does the Black History Parade, and it's throughout. So every year it's the first weekend of February, but she starts taking people's invoices and stuff for floats and stuff they want to have at the parade, and after the parade it'll be a couple of events and things. um it's very hectic, and it's very hard for when people try to when you tell people that you need money at a certain time,
Right.
and they not give you the money at a certain time. So you got to try to but you want these people to be there, so you're gonna have to try to stretch that out some. So, say for instance, you have to have the money by Monday, but the people who are telling me, "Well, I'm not gonna be able to have it by Tuesday," so then you have to stretch that deadline to like Wednesday to make sure everyone makes sure they have their monies in, so we can continue with the parade. Also, being on time, that's the biggest thing about that parade, because we don't when she has the parade, it's timed. So she has a certain amount of time for the parade to start, for the parade to end, and then when we meet up at the it's called the Martin Luther King Park, and it's also a rec center. So when they meet at the rec center, they have vendors out there, and it's a time curriculum of the vendors. So the vendors and everyone has to be there at a set time, have things set up so they can sell their products within the community to all the people who come.
Right. It probably the permit's only a certain amount of time too, right?
Yeah, it's like I think it's like a 5 hour or between a 5 or 4 hour time period.
Wow.
Yeah, so and throughout that time you have other events going on too, on the main stage while everybody's selling their products. It's crazy, bro. Because I've been going to it for. I helped her start the first year, and I've been going to the Black History Parade every year. I missed 2 years in a row, but I used to go every year just to help her out. Yeah, so it's hectic, bro. It's like it's
Sounds like
hectic.
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Is
And
is it a volunteer position or
say it again. I'm sorry.
not a volunteer position? Is it like you get paid?
Oh no, I the first 3 years I wasn't getting paid. I was just helping her. I was just coming back off down there and help her. Then I started getting paid. It's a nice amount of money for the headache I do. So
you're talking. It's a lot of work and responsibility too.
yeah, bro.
Pretty serious thing, you know.
And then when I have to call, like I'm not doing. She got a new team, and I'm glad I don't have to do it no more. But it's like starting in June of this year, you have to make sure everyone says they're going to be at the parade, because you have to organize the parade at a certain thing. So you're going to have to. You have the mayor on the second float. So once the mayor gets to the second, once the mayor's on the second float, he gets waving and everything, and then he got to get off and then go to the main stage and do a speech, and then he go and do whatever other business he need to do. So it's crazy, because you got the you have all these Black organizations and a couple of other organizations. They'll come and they'll have their floats. Sometimes they have poetry. Sometimes poetry speakings and stuff at the event. It's pretty cool, and it's really, really good. And I love the whole thing. It's pretty good to me. And it helps out the community and then she also donates a certain amount of money from what she makes off of that to the community also.
Oh, so that's good.
And it's, like I said, it's pretty cool, and it helps a lot of people out, and it also keeps up the Martin Luther King Rec Center keep going also.
Sounds like a really good thing to be involved in. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything like that down here.
I wish it was. It could be. It could be all over the United States, like different states and stuff. It could be like that, but your your mayors and legislators and stuff like that. They some people don't want to put money into it. So we have to put money. We have to do like events to put put money into this and stuff like this, and it's hard, bro. It's really hard trying to find some people who want to sponsorship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you can get a couple of people, but it's kind of hard though. But it's always good for the community to have something for the community so people can feel good about themselves and come out and have a good time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, we used to have those at the church. We do like bazaars and stuff. I mean, obviously it's not a big parade like that, but it would be like once a year, everyone was hyped up about it, and they'd bring in the rides and all the games and fun stuff, and that would be like a huge part of the well, as a school too. It'd be a huge part of the school and church's budget for the year would be because the whole city would show up, and there would be like there might be some gambling, and but just with all the income from that, it would really help keep the lights on,
Yeah.
So, well, it's the Monday Night Mix-Up Tuesday Night edition for the week of October 20th. T, give us your thoughts, your last thoughts for the week and going forward. Like what should people do?
I'm gonna repeat myself, but it's something new this time too.
That's all right.
There are going to be people in your life. There are going to be people in your life that are, how can I put this? That are not going to be in your life later on down the line. You have to just work hard at anything you want to do and make sure that you be determined and have a plan. Some of these people that you call your friends are just there for moments, just to get you certain places. Because some of those people that are you so-called your friends aren't really your friends because they're not rooting for you. But you have to remember that you are your own biggest enemy too. Because a lot of people get discouraged and then don't want to see what's ahead of them. They want the now. Just remember, you have to go through a lot of bullshit to get to where you need to get to. And once you see the light at the end of that tunnel, it's full steam ahead. But never give up. That's all I can tell you. Never give up on your dreams. Never ever give up on your dreams. And like I said, man, I really appreciate everyone who watches. And I appreciate Nicholas for even just being with your boy at this time. I just really appreciate everyone. Even if we don't have but like one or two people watching, I appreciate it, bro. I just appreciate it. I'm very appreciative. I went through a lot of stuff in life, and I'm very, very humble now. I'm so humble about stuff. I appreciate everyone, and always follow your dreams. Don't let nobody else tell you don't let nobody dictate what your dreams are. You know what your dreams are. Continue to fight for your dreams. And I'm done.
And he's out. I'll just piggyback off that. I think if anything, we've learned that everyone's going to tell you can't because they can't.
True.
And if someone tells you that you can't, it's not because you can't. It's because they can't. Haters going to hate. They're all out there. It happens to me all the time.
Oh.
I say I'm going to do something and I do it, and someone's like, "Oh, it must be easy. Your life is so easy." It's like you don't know what I do, man. Like oh, it's, you have so much time to get on and do podcasts because I do two a week maybe or whatever. I don't. I make time for it. I work harder in the time that I'm not doing this, and then I do this. So they're just mad, and they're always going to drag it down.
Hello?
So I'm here. Can I hear you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So what I was saying was people are going to take you. They're going to, while you're climbing the ladder, they're going to pull on the back of your shirt. So don't let them do that. Surround yourself with people that support you, because a little affirmation goes a long way. If someone just says thank you, like T said that to me, and it makes me want to do this every week. If someone just says thank you, or just says you're doing a good job, or how do you do that, or whatever it is, like anything positive like that, those are the people you want to have around. So if someone's telling you, hey, you can't do that, oh, you shouldn't be up there, oh, you suck, oh, don't get up there and do that play, or don't get in front of people and play that guitar, don't start a podcast, who's going to listen? I say fuck them. And I know that's not the like Christian thing to say, but I don't care. I know you don't like when I drop the bombs, but it is what it is. So yeah, just keep grinding and throw your darts at the board and keep going. That's it.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. This is the most positive I am during the week, by the way, is when I do the podcast. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm never this guy that's like, follow. I'm just like, everyone is trying to tear you down. So, but I don't know. It's another good episode. We'll be back next week. We'll do the Monday night mix up, and if not, we'll do the Sunday or Tuesday, and it'll be scheduled, and y'all can jump on and leave your comments, emails, whatever you want to do. Like Big T said, he's got something else coming out with local hip hop artists. I do a show every other Saturday called Sci-Fi Saturdays, and you can catch that on our channels too. So get her done.
Appreciate y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Rick Rewind That Radio.